I'm Saniqua. How are you today? I hope everything's going well so far. I am here to give you guys my perspective on things going on in life. Right now, I want to talk about this internet apocalypse that you're supposed to be worried about, but not too worried about. But I've seen some videos of like some technicians that work with internet towers on standby, just like their trucks sitting in different areas, I guess, just waiting for the possibility of a shutdown. Okay, so I ran into an article and I want to read it to you. Okay, by sci-fi.com. And someone named Cassidy Ward is the author for it. But NASA's is the title. NASA's Parker Solar Probe could prevent an internet apocalypse. I don't know how this probe is supposed to prevent an apocalypse, but NASA sent a probe out into space a couple of days ago to try to pick up some data and figure out how we can keep from being affected by all these, solar flares and radiation and stuff, and coronal mass ejections. They're talking about electromagnetic particles that can possibly cut us off and shut down our satellites and prevent us from having internet. They're not sure if it can be down for months or for years. Okay, but I don't know how this probe is supposed to do that if all it does is collect information. If it can re-knit our ozone layers and all the stratosphere and everything, all the holes they can put through this motherfucker going in, up, out of the atmosphere, then maybe that can help give us some protection. But other than that, I don't know what the probe is going to do. Just some more money. I don't know. They just wasted that money. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, this article says every 11 years, on average, the sun reaches the peak of its activity cycle and throws a cosmic hissy fit. Okay? The Earth and the rest of the solar system must endure a burst of solar flares and coronal mass ejections, CMEs, spewing solar particles and electromagnetic radiation. As long as the sun's meltdown is mild to moderate, we should skate through it without too much trouble. But if things go wrong in just the right way, the results could be catastrophic. Okay. Now, the catastrophic, like I said, is just the internet, shutting down. But see, when it comes to the internet, though, being shut down, that affects a lot, don't it? I mean, not only food, the supply chain, anything involving with finances or commerce or stocks exchange, or people rely on their phones a lot for all types of things in their computers. People work from home, okay? It look like they're trying to get y'all asses back to the office too. They want to get y'all asses from out of y'all homes working, and shoot, me too, goddamn. They want to get us from out the house and they want to get us back into the offices. They need to get this slave trade going again, okay? Shit, y'all see, the next time tell us we're gonna be ugly and fat and shit. I ran into an article talking about what people gonna look like in the future from working at home so much. If they work at home too long, they're gonna, be all fat around here and always, in the thighs, the butt, and the stomach and stuff like that, and the double chin and the face gonna be pulled down and all saggy, and you're gonna look older and really stressed out and out of shape and shit like that. So they really trying to motivate y'all to go back to work. And if the internet go down, y'all can't work from home anyway no more. So you gotta go back to work anyway, and everything gonna be on paper and shit. I don't know what the hell gonna happen. What about you people that use GPS? I ain't gonna say you people, because the bitch been living in Chicago her whole life, all 43 years of her life, and still have to use GPS to get around. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to rely on the compass in my car. I'm going to have to actually, start like really engaging and paying attention again, like it's going to be real. Or we can get some maps. I think I do got a map somewhere in this house, and one of these cabinets, pull out a map, whatever, you can use a map. But I don't know, it's like so much that can be affected with us not having any internet connection or any, man, That's deep. Like, I wonder if those missiles, you know, that these big nations be having, they be these, what they call it, atomic bombs or missiles and shit or whatever they be threatening to shoot out, these warheads. That's probably controlled by the satellite too. So I mean, that wouldn't be a bad thing. That wouldn't work no more. Let me see. What else? It's so much. There's so much. Hopefully it don't affect our electricity. Like, I mean, it shouldn't. Satellite don't control electricity. But I don't know, they probably done hooked it up some kind of way. Just fuck up everything. And they talking about internet apocalypse. It's gonna be the great blackout. Y'all probably need to go get all your cash out. The banks, okay? So, you know, because we don't know what's gonna happen. But I digress. Let me get back to this and read this, finish reading this, okay? So then this article went to talking about Solar Attack, which is a show streaming on Peacock. Now, y'all know they make shows, and they have somewhat like something to do with what could happen or what's to come. So, you know, I'm just saying that. So a lot of shows I watch, I be like, that's about to happen. Like that White Noise. It was a movie on Netflix when a semi-truck hit a train and a big explosion happened. A big plume of pollutants and gases and stuff was all in the sky, and they made people shelter in place, and then they start telling them they had to be tested every so often because they don't know if the pollutants would later alter their DNA or cause them to be sick and stuff like that. But it was a weird movie. But after watching that movie, it was like all of a sudden, all on the news, all the different explosions, chemical plants explosions, train derailment explosion. I'm like, what are they on really? Like, so a lot of times these movies, they do have something to do with what's about to happen, if not happening, and we just don't know it's happening because we're not paying attention. Because Sukiyana got kissed in the mouth by, what's his name? I don't know these people's name. What is it? YK Cyrus, or the little boy name? She had her mouth all wide open when he came down trying to kiss her. He was trying to get her a little close, like she was like, bitch, bad. You wanted that kiss. But anyway, okay, whatever. That's why she accepted this apology. God bless her heart. God bless their soul. But I'm just saying, we care about all the stupid shit, right? Because it's entertaining. We're shaped this way. But anyway, let's get back to this article, because I'm going to be talking to y'all ass forever. All I know is, in this article, they're talking about this TV show streaming on Peacock called Solar Attack. When a large CME, the coronal mass ejections, coupled with increased levels of methane in Earth's atmosphere, threatens to cook the planet in a global extinction level blaze. In the real world, we're coming up on solar maximum of solar cycle 25, and the sun is ramping up the strength and frequency of its CMEs and solar flares. While we haven't pumped the atmosphere with flammable concentrations of methane, we have put considerable energy toward building communications infrastructure. Communications infrastructure. So that may not include electricity, but for sure, yeah, internet, phone, and like I said, when it comes, I guess you can still go to the bank, but like the direct deposit shit, you know, that we be doing with our jobs and stuff like that, I don't know if that's gonna work out. I don't know if electronic transfers need the internet. But anyway, and that could result in an apocalypse of another kind. Now, data from NASA Parker Solar Probe could provide information can possibly stop solar flares and coronal mass ejections from blowing out our goddamn satellite internet for months, possibly years. I don't know how, but we don't know. Anyway, might prevent a technological end of the world. Okay, let's see here. Let me see. So, okay, that's all I'm gonna read from here, because I'm not here to read this whole article, but I just do want to give y'all a little inside scoop on situations that's going on. So there's another article, because what stood out to me in that article is when they was talking about the high concentrations of methane. I'm like, well, I think since 2020, I've been seeing plenty of documentaries and little short films and articles talking about methane levels rising. Okay, if it wasn't talking about like all the cows and stuff, remember all those cows I think that died and shit. Even before then, they say that their waste, when they defecate, releases methane. Then there's some areas in the world where methane is actually seeping through the ground. And there's some areas, I don't know if that was Antarctica, there's permafrost that's thawing out, that's also releasing methane. So there's methane being released at alarming levels in our atmosphere, believe it or not. I don't know what that would do for us in particular, but supposedly it throws off everything in the atmosphere. Shit can die off. It's a lot of shit dying off. You got fishes. It would create an unstable environment for sure. That's what I do know. Now, I ain't no scientist, and I ain't trying to do all the research, but there's an article, just one of them I bumped into, called Nature. That's the nature.com, written by Jeff Tollefson. It's titled, and I didn't give you the date, February 8th of 2022, titled Scientists Raise Alarm Over Dangerously Fast Growth in Atmospheric Methane. And they say methane concentrations in the atmosphere raced past 1900 parts per billion last year, nearly triple pre-industrial levels. According to pre-industrial levels, that was before the industrialization of society, when we start having, like all these chemical plants and shit, and all these jobs, releasing all these pollutants and stuff in the air and shit like that. They're talking about that pre-industrial. But anyway, the levels wasn't that high then, but they high now. That's what they're saying. According to data released in January by the U.S. National Oceanic, how you say it? Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. So in order for me to get more of that article, I'm going to have to pay for them. They only give you that information for free. You got to pay for that good information. They're talking about some $30 for a month, or $200 pretty much for a year. I'm just going to give y'all a little tea right there. The shit's raising. Go ahead and do your goddamn research. I'm just trying to tell y'all, because the methane level's been rising. Now, what that's going to do with these high, situations with the solar flares and the CMEs and all that, and could we have a situation like off the streaming show on Peacock, solar attacks? No, I don't think we're gonna get burnt to a crisp up in this motherfucker, but that internet though, they talking about gonna be burned up for possibly some months or some years, and society will change as we know it. So just keep your eyes and your ears open, and we need to just make sure we got a plan of action to counteract this situation, because we need to go back to the barter system, and just operate with cash and stuff like that. All that cryptocurrency and shit they was talking about, y'all Tesla cars, electric cars, I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, but it's gonna be real, but it's gonna be okay too, because the world was fine without internet prior to having the internet. Although we've become so reliant on the internet. Maybe them doing this can stop AI from taking over. They're already scared about AI taking over, so this could set us back some time. We're talking about the Great Reset. Here we go. The sun gonna help us out. Oh, that's all I have to say for now, but I'll be back because it's plenty to talk about. Other than that, thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.